This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
That would help if I lifted my cover. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Steve had changed the tag on my name at the bottom, thinking about while I was away, thinking I didn't see it. So I only saw it when we started the intro, and that's why I forgot to lift my cover back up. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Movie Chats. If you are watching us via Facebook, please move over to YouTube. Come and say hello to us over there and join in the side chat. There's a bit more going on there and you feel a bit more involved. Stevie, how was your week this week, sir?
It's been all right. I've had me 4 off and I'm now on holiday for a few days. So, yeah, it's not been too bad, mate. Yeah, I had a bit of a scare the other night with my diabetes, but it was my own fault and a faulty reader. But other than that, I'm good, mate. You?
As we were just saying, mate, it's been a hectic week. So, yeah. I apologise if I have to nip off and use my phone at some point this evening. So we'll just leave that one where that one is. Other than that, mate, yeah, it has just been bonkers and mad. Evening, Santa. Evening, Joanne. If you are watching and you haven't said hello, please say hello. Let us know that you're here and who's watching. Hey, here's Chris.
Did I? Yeah. I wish I had. I basically forgot to do my pick and mix. I'd had that much blooming sugar, try and get my levels up. It was unbelievable. Hey, Cherry.
Evening, Cherry. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a bit of a busy week this week. It's been a good week for pickups though. So pickups of the week should be quite interesting.
Oh, good. I am looking forward to it. Hey, Peter.
Evening, Pete. Yeah, I was playing. While Peter's on, did you see the Bungie Destiny showcase this week?
No.
No. My God, the new Destiny Lightfall looks amazing. If you're looking at getting into Destiny via Xbox or PC or PlayStation, now's your time to do it, ladies and gents. It is getting really, really good. Right. Should we move on to homework, sir?
Yes, please.
Let's move into homework. So this week's homework was Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore in music and lyrics. Now, if you haven't seen the film or you don't know anything about it, it's about like an 80s pop band, 80s, 90s. It is 80s, isn't it?
80s, yes. It's an 80s pop band, yeah. Called
It's an
Pop.
80s pop band, and he's living on his former glory as being a member of this band, and he's touring like theme parks and stuff like that. However, the latest thing, the latest act, the big I am, like the Shakira or whoever it is coming through, wants him to write a song for him. So he's got to write this song. And this is where he meets Drew Barrymore, who comes into Water's Plants originally, and then they end up, she's quite good with rhymes and stuff like that. And that's where those two meet. Now, I've never seen this film before. And we got it on Blu-ray, and Lana wouldn't let me trade it in. That was the only reason why I picked it up on Blu-ray. And I was pleasantly surprised. My only problem is that Hugh Grant plays Hugh Grant in every film.
Yeah, but then you could say a lot of actors do that.
Yeah, he even plays Hugh Grant in The Gentleman.
Yeah, that's very true. Although it's a slightly different accent, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still Hugh Grant, you know.
But just one sec. I've got. It wasn't that it was that low, Santa. Sorry, mate. It was just that my sensor was reading a lot lower than it should have been. But I've never had a problem with them before, so I didn't realize not to trust them. So I only went down to about 3.6 or 3.2 or something. But it just kept going up a couple and then falling again. But like I say, it was my fault because I took my insulin before I fixed a correction. Because my sensor wasn't ready in time. It was about 10 minutes off, but yeah, it was a bit of a strange one. Anyway, back to the movie. So you say you enjoyed it then? Is that yours? Your polite way of saying it was all right?
I enjoyed the film. It's
Right.
I enjoyed it. I've watched it once. I can tick it off my watch list. Not going to reach for it again though because it ended up in CEX the next morning.
No, I do you know what? I haven't watched this one for a while. I've had it for ages, and I watched it a few years back, but I hadn't watched it again since. But I really enjoy it. Me and Lou sat there today because she's off work on holiday. Oh, I'm on holiday, sorry. And we watched it again, and the tracks in it are brilliant. They're really good. Dead interesting. Hey, Rich. Dead entertaining. I think the fact that when it opens up with his pop video is really funny.
Yeah, Pop Goes My Heart. Now,
Yeah.
the thing is that Lana was singing that word for word.
Yeah, absolutely.
As this was going through, she remembered, she was like, Christ, that song just popped in my head, and she was singing it for days afterwards. Pop Goes My Heart.
It should be a song release. It really should.
Yeah, I was thinking, that'd be quite cool for like a Christmas #1 or something. Try and bring in like movie films or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Movie songs or something like that. But no, I really enjoyed. I think the story was quite predictable.
Yeah, 100%. It's just a feel-good movie. That's all that is.
Yeah, I think it was quite predictable. I don't think it was. I have it on my Spotify list. Yeah, I bet you do, Chris. Yeah, so it was quite predictable. But like I say, I quite like Drew Barrymore in the film as well. She's just she doesn't really say much though, does she? In the whole film, she just
no, she doesn't. I mean, he's really sarcastic with her, isn't he? About halfway through, like she's all over the show, literally all over the show. But I think she just plays another Drew Barrymore. If you're going on about Hugh Grant playing Hugh Grant, Drew Barrymore plays the same person in every movie as well.
So what are we saying then? It's a good movie if you like Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore, but don't expect anything special.
No, I mean, I think it's a good movie if you just want a movie to chill out to. If you want to turn your brain off and have a feel-good movie, maybe watch it with your partner. I don't know, but I just think it's cheesy, which is it's exactly what it says on the tin. Really, if you see the actors and actresses that are in it, I mean, I especially liked her sister in it. I thought she was funny as well.
Yeah,
she's a good actress.
I've just spotted what cup Lana's given me for tonight's show.
World's best farter.
And it says, I mean father underneath.
Lady, it is music and lyrics starring Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore.
Now, like I say, I was pleasantly surprised by the film.
Yeah.
It was, like I say, it was a nice, easy watch it, and it's not like you had to pay attention to figure out.
No.
You know, I have seen some films this week where I feel like I've missed 5 minutes and I've lost the whole storyline. I was like, what's just happened here?
Yeah. No, like you say, because it's predictable, you can just sort of turn your brain off and enjoy it. And I think that's, especially with the music side, if the music hadn't been part of it, I think it probably would have just been a very basic movie.
Yeah.
I think the songs that they do in it, especially like the Pop Goes Your Heart or Way Back Into Love is the other one. You know, they're both good tunes.
I just love it how he's doing his
yeah.
And he pops his hip out, and it's just like
he's struggling halfway through the show.
Yeah, there we go. It is funny. It is funny, and I would recommend watching it. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It is one of those films that I think you need to watch once. But after that, I'm not sure I'll be in a rush to watch it again.
No, it's not your
Caffrey's
favourite.
putting. Did anyone else read Laney's comments?
Canny.
Canny is good unless you say Canny bad. Right. Okay. I'm still none the wiser. Yeah. So if
You don't do that when you read ladies' comments, you don't read them in a northern accent.
What, like you're from Sunderland?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
But no. So I think we'll leave it at the point that it is a good feel good movie, and it was definitely worth the hour and a half that it's on for. It's not a long movie,
No.
and it's not one that you really need to concentrate on. So if you've got some time to spare and you want to watch something, don't pick music and lyrics. And you know, you never know. You might find a little hidden gem that you might want to watch on your next first date or something like that. And,
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of those.
it's definitely a first date movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And on that note, before we get all soppy and romantic on this channel because we've got no guns or whatever, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, go on.
So from one soppy romantic topic to the next one, Colin Firth.
Colin Firth.
That's the one. That's the boy. Now,
what do you have to bring down like a massive file?
Now, Colin was born in September 1960. He's got over 66 credited roles to his name.
Yes.
So you don't really see him in much, but then he's been in a few, in quite a bit, to be honest. His highest grossing movie of all time happens to be Mamma Mia. Fucking Mamma Mia.
I know, and the second one.
Yeah. And his first movie was in 1987, and it was A Month in the Country, it was called.
Wow. I didn't know it'd been going that long, to be honest.
Now, to be honest with you, he's one of these actors who have been in a few little standalone films, but he's also been in quite a few series of movies. So for me, it was hard to do a top 5 of Colin's work because, like say, Bridget Jones 1, 2, and 3. You class that?
Yeah.
Or do you class that as 3? It's the same with
the same with the Kingsman. Yeah. I was going to say exactly the same with the Kingsman, isn't it?
Yeah. So I was, like I say, when I was looking at it, he's another one of these soppy actors that just plays himself in every film.
The Englishman.
Yeah. Well-spoken Englishman. If you look at it, Love Actually, Bridget Jones, he's the same character.
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you.
In those films. So, go on, mate. What's your top 5?
Well, I had a look through them, and I've seen a lot of them when it comes to sort of at least the physical media side of it. But there's only there's the Kingsman trilogy, if you like. I've seen him in them, so I like him in. I prefer the first one. I say the first one, not the prequel. The Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Go on, let's just carry on.
I think my favourite one though is probably going to be the King's Speech. Watching him in the King's Speech he was really good in that. Obviously, one of my latest ones I've watched is Love Actually with him in. I enjoyed, and I haven't seen this in God, it must be 15 years now. Fever Pitch. That was a good film with him in. And 1917.
Yeah.
I did notice there was actually. Hey, Nam. I did notice there was a TV series that I need to get watching, which is it's out 2022. It was the Staircase. He stars in The Staircase about Michael Peterson. Now, obviously, I've seen The Staircase on Netflix. I think it's Netflix, isn't it? Yeah. But apparently this is a TV series with him in. So I'll be looking forward to trying to get hold of watching that, I think, now. Especially now I've completed Stranger Things.
Right.
Have you managed to nail down some?
Yeah, I have. Again, I'm sort of struggling. I've got Bridget Jones, obviously, all 3 films.
Yeah.
I've got Shakespeare in Love. I've got 1917, Love Actually, and Dorian Gray. Now, I enjoy Dorian Gray as a film, but I can't figure out where he was in that film. I think
there's a couple of them I didn't put down because it's the same situation with me. There's a couple of them I'm going, I can't picture him in it, but obviously he was in him.
He was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
In there somewhere. So unfortunately, it's not like when we look at other actors and I go, that was the best role he's ever played.
Yeah.
In that particular film, I am struggling to place him, but I really do enjoy that film. Now, where do you see your worst 2 films? What's your worst Colin Firth Colin films?
Well, ones that I've seen: Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and probably The Accidental Husband.
Tinker wasn't a good rendition of the story at all. I didn't enjoy that. And what, Accidental Husband?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
Oh, it's the one with bloody... Oh, what's he called in it? Oh, Jesus. It's got Uma Thurman in.
Yes, I do remember it now. Yes.
That's the one.
Yes, I do remember it. So, my worst 2, obviously, Mamma Mia, because it's a flipping musical.
Do you mean you didn't like Mamma Mia?
No. Oh. I don't know what made possess me to even try and watch it.
You might need to give it another go. And the second one.
And Saint Trinians.
Yeah.
The two Saint Trinians movies. Now, Lana loves the first one. She hates the second one. I just hate them both.
Yeah.
I just don't enjoy that those films at all.
I mean, the thing is, with Colin Firth, he's one of those people that if he's in it, I'm like, yeah, that's okay. He's not someone I actually genuinely go out and look for when it's, the next movie of that actor. He's for me, he's not like the reason I'd watch a movie. He's just happily coincidence that he's in them. I mean, the line in The Kingsman, the Secret Service, where he's like, "Manners maketh man." That scene is brilliant. Are we just going to get on with this? That just absolutely batters them lads in the pub. But I wouldn't see him as obviously an action actor at that point.
No. But is he falling in the lines of Liam Neeson, where the older actor is now turning action star or James Bondy type of role because he can't really do anything else?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is that ultimately, if you had a choice between being in a rom-com or being as an action star, you know which one you're going to go for, aren't you?
Mm.
I mean, there's a lot of them a lot of these actors that you don't see for ages now. They're sort of going through the phase where they're not a matured older actor, but they've gone through a series of rom-coms, and there's literally nothing else they can do at that age.
Yeah,
they just get typecast. That's the right word, isn't it?
Yeah, straight off the bat, he's been like pigeonholed. That's what you're good for.
Yeah, it's like if you look at sort of something like Adam Sandler with Uncut Gems. With that sort of movie, that's a completely different movie to what an Adam Sandler movie is.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey. I mean, Jim Carrey didn't do too badly when it comes to sort of at least trying to get out of the comedy genre, if you like, especially with stuff like he did Man on the Moon. That was a bit weird. But I'm thinking sort of Eternal Sunshine, The Spotless Mind and stuff like that. He did have a range of different genres that he was in, but with these sort of typical English actors, they tend to be in your rom-coms, don't they, mostly?
So I want to try something new out tonight, and I just thought, you know what, we'll do it now. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Have you ever seen House of Games?
No.
No. So it's the Richard Osman game show on BBC. So their final sort of segment is something called Answer Smash. Now,
All right.
you have a question and you have a picture. So what you've got to do is that you've got to answer the question and then put the picture behind it, and that's the answer to your question. So here you go. Here's your first one. Here's your first one to try out. You ready?
Yeah.
So the first question, 2005 film starring Daniel Radcliffe. It's the fourth in the popular series about a wizard and his school friends.
Right.
So you answer the question and then you follow up with the character or the picture after it. Okay, so do you want to take a guess at this one?
Is it The Prisoner of Azkaban?
No.
Oh, it's the other one, isn't it? Oh, God. It's not the Deathly Hallows, because that's after that, isn't it?
That's number 7, yeah. So it's the fourth film in the popular series. So it's
Hey, David.
So it'll be Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire, of course it is, yeah.
So the answer to the question would be
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire, Fireman. Goblet of Fire, Goblet of Fireman Sam.
Right,
So
okay.
you've got Goblet of Fire and you've got Fireman Sam. So you've smashed them both together and then you get Goblet of Fireman Sam.
Right, okay.
Okay, so there's the answer. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fireman Sam.
Right, okay. Considering I've never seen this TV program before, this should be interesting.
This should be interesting. Should we try? So let's see if the chat. I'll leave. Hopefully the chat get what we're trying to do here. So here's the second question.
Makes
You ready?
one of us. Yeah.
Okay, so 1999 American movie starring Brad Pitt, where the first rule is you're not to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the film?
Yeah, well, I can't talk about it.
So what's the picture?
That's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
Yes, so it'll be Fight Sandwich?
No.
Fight Club Sandwich?
That's it, Fight Club Sandwich. So
there we go. Thanks, Pete.
Sandwich. Yeah, so Laney got it, Cherry got it, Pete got it. Okay.
Right.
Are we ready for the next one?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so there's the answer, Fight Club Sandwich. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Now, this one was written especially for you.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Who played the character Katie Heron in Mean Girls?
Oh, God. Lindsay Lohan Solo.
You're getting the hang of this, aren't you?
God's sake.
No.
Right, now I know what I'm looking at.
Now you know what you're looking at. So next week we'll do more of them. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go for more of them. Now, what I want to try and do is that I want to try and do it sort of like a competition with the chat as well. So the first person in the chat gets a movie chat point. Okay. And then when we do like 3 or 4 weeks, we'll see who's winning and we'll come up with something for the winner.
Okay.
All right. So that's our little movie chats quiz. So now you've got the idea.
Now we need an intro for the movie chats quiz.
Now we need an intro for the quiz. So
okay. I like that.
Now you've got the idea of what we're doing. Everything should be pretty straightforward from there, shouldn't it? Right. So while we're on the topic of featured actors, let's get the wheel on the go. Oh, yeah. Apologies. It was Lana's hard work. That was. Lana's hard work. Right. Let me know when you can see the wheel.
Yeah, I can just about see it. It's about 3,000 names on it. Ah, yes.
There you go, babe. You can rewatch Boiling Point.
Yes, I love that. One of my
Stephen
favourite
Gray.
actors of this generation.
Okay, and should we get the homework movie on as well while we've got the wheels going?
Yes, please.
Okay, music and lyrics is still on, so
Oh,
we'll take
cheers,
that.
Cherry.
Music and lyrics comes off. Okay. You ready?
Yeah. What? Real zombies.
That's the one. I think that's a Joanne Noble recommendation.
Oh God. What the frig is that?
You've never heard of him. Have you seen This Is England or Line of Duty or the latest one? Was it called Time? When he
There
was
was
in
the
with
White House
Steve,
Farm as well, and there
yeah,
was what's the other one? Little Boy Blue. He was in that as
yeah,
the PC guy as well. He does a mixture of TV and film,
yeah.
but he's been in
He
absolutely
was in
loads.
he was in that one with Jodie Comer recently, wasn't he? About COVID. Was it called Help?
Oh God, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll discuss them next week because I think we're on the verge of discussing them this week. So let me know what you think about the answer smash, because I think that'll be quite good fun, and then we'll get some point systems on and a league table, etc.
I'm,
For that
I'm
one.
trying to find this movie.
Wheel Zombies. I'm sure it'll be on other means, Steve. I'm sure we'll find it. Joanne, if you know where to find it, please let us know.
I've got Hot Wax Zombies on Wheels.
I don't think that's the one.
Is it Zombies? Just Zombies?
I don't know. I'm sure we'll find it.
Did she
Steve.
not put it on the wheel? Zombies, by the way.
No.
Are you sure it's not? Please put this on the wheel. Zombies.
It might be.
And you've put wheel zombies. Right, can we clip this? Because this is one of those moments for next year where you put wheel zombies. Oh my God. I'm glad I caught that on film. You fucking idiot.
It could be Jason.
Even Lana said it's zombies, for fuck's sake.
It could be Jason the Wheel Zombies.
He's had a very stressful week, people.
Oh.
Just please don't put the word wheel in. That makes more sense. Zombies is a 2016 horror sci-fi.
Yeah, there you go. Joanne's just put Zombies. Yeah.
Thank you, Joanne.
Yeah. All right. That's my fault. Really sorry.
Well, let's carry on as if nothing happened.
Yeah. Can you just fall off your chair again for us, Steve?
Yeah, I will do, Lana. Yeah, I will. I'll make a note of this.
You're a tit. Right. Okay. Now we've composed ourselves over the 9-second intro. Movie news. Have we got any movie news, Steve?
I haven't seen anything, to be fair, this week. Not that much that I want to sort of talk about. I think now.
So,
go on.
it's a good job I do. You see, you can see who plans the
Well,
show.
this is why. I mean, thanks, Lana. This is why.
You're the psychic.
That's it.
Make a note of under the title of dickhead. Yeah. Right. So my first piece of movie news is, and I did share this with you and Chris earlier this week, is that Jaws 1, the original Jaws, is getting a 3D release in September in the cinemas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I caught what you were talking about the other day.
Wheel news, yeah. Cheers, Santa. Oh, you, Wayne. I don't know.
It's wheel news.
Wheel news. Yeah, so Jaws 1 is getting a 3D release in the cinemas this September. So View popped up on my news wheel, and I thought, you know what? I'm actually going to go and see that.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Now, I did read comments on there. Can you just imagine if we've all misread that and it's Jaws 3D? That's coming back to the cinema, so it'll be Jaws 3.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and it's a play on words, but you know that to me is quite big, and I quite like the idea of bringing the old classics back with a modern spin. I'm not talking about re-imaging and all that sort of stuff.
No.
But bringing it back into right, is this going to be the joke now for the rest of the night? That looks really good. So Jaws is going on the big screen, so I'm definitely going to be watching that one. So Lana, it's entirely up to you if you come with me or you don't, because I know that you're not really a big fan of that. And Steve,
when would you do it?
You keep changing my name. There's going to be war breaking out, right? Okay. Now, Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Where do you stand with Planet of the Apes?
Where do I stand with them? In what respect?
Well, we've had the original movies, we've had the original series, then we've had a rebooted movie, then we got a rebooted movie series. Now
well, I mean,
the
middle one with Mark Wahlberg in is a write-off straight away. I enjoyed the original movies, but I think the TV series is all right. I've got the TV series, but I think the last trilogy has been sort of really, really good. I've really enjoyed the last ones. I mean, the first one of the originals, yes, it's a classic, and the other ones you can give or take.
Yeah.
But they've definitely improved on that Mark Wahlberg one. You know, with the trilogy. I wasn't expecting a lot on that first one of the new trilogy, but it really enjoyed it.
It's a shame we didn't get the sequel to the Mark Wahlberg one.
Yeah.
You know, to see what they were planning and what.
It was if I remember rightly, it was a Tim Burton film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's got him all over it.
Peter says the original was the best. He says Charles Heston was awesome. Now they are rebooting this series again. So this is why I was asking, you know, so from the 60s through, we've had 3-4 different versions of this.
3.
And they're all
big. TV series.
Yeah, so they're all big sort of blockbuster attempts of remaking this. Owen Tiong, yeah, whatever. He's not been in it. He's going to play the lead in this film, so he's replacing Andy Serkis. So Andy Serkis isn't playing Caesar in this. He's not involved in the reboot at all. Yeah, okay.
It makes a change that I'm not the one getting ripped the piss out of. So let's be honest, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just put the picture of you modelling your vest top up, shall we?
Hey, that's some sexy stuff. This internet can't hack that.
That's going on. When we bring up Movie Chats merch, that's going on the website. Yeah, so they're going to reboot it. So they're bringing in a relatively unknown to play the lead role in this, and he's going to replace Andy Curtis. Now, as we know, Andy Curtis is getting old, but he likes to play these 3D rendered characters, doesn't he? You know,
yeah.
Between Gollum and King Kong, and
Mate, he's nailed it in all of those movies.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. But like I say, I wish they turn around and say that Little Steve is the next Magic Mike wearing his vest top.
You've got no idea how good that is, I'm afraid.
Can you dance? Actually, I know I've seen your attending of dancing. So yes, so I'm a bit nervous about them rebooting a relatively recent reboot. I'm just going to turn this chat off in a minute. You know.
Leave him alone.
So yeah, I'm a bit nervous about them rebooting a relatively recently rebooted series.
Yeah, but they've done that. We did that with Spider-Man. They've done it with a few.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Are we now at that point now where we get to the end of a trilogy and then we start another one with a different set of actors?
Well, that was the original plan with Batman, wasn't it? With Thingy in it, not Patterson, the other one. Affleck, yeah. It was literally like they were going to just do another three movies until he decided he weren't doing it / were doing it again.
So the next one is Halloween Ends is going straight to stream service. It's not coming out on the picture.
Never in a million years are they going to do that.
Which
can't do. They can't.
Yeah. It's going straight out on Peacock.
Okay.
So it's not getting a cinema release. It's going straight out to streaming because the last one didn't do particularly too well. So they were going to push it.
But it was a middle film.
Yeah.
It's a middle film of a trilogy. I'm not sure how many middle film of a trilogy actually do. Do well.
So they're pushing it straight onto streaming service. Now, I'm thinking they're hoping it's going to have the same sort of impact of films like Prey, where it was a big... I'm just ignoring that comment. I'm ignoring that. It'll punch your Steve's ego. I don't know. I'll bounce back. I'm made out of rubber.
I'll bounce back.
I'm made out of rubber.
Careful, see what Chris sends you in the post. Entire on it.
I'll get it back now. Watch. Yeah. So I don't know if they're hoping it's going to have the same effect as Prey, but then there's other films that have gone straight to stream that were awful, and you can justify that decision. So. You know my thoughts on this whole cinema theatrical release compared to streaming release.
It is getting more and more, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally like, and they must get to a point where like, right, well, we've got a guaranteed payday here off Netflix or whoever it is, or we can take the chances and send it to the cinemas, and it might not do as well. So you know, it's I don't know. I mean, it's just I don't know. Is it just the studios just cashing in and basically going, look, we've got a guaranteed amount here that they'll pay us for having it exclusivity?
Well, if it covers 3/4 of the cost, if their payment covers 3/4 of the cost of making the movie.
Yeah, but someone like myself, what worries me is that if it goes directly to streaming, then there's a chance that it won't do physical media.
All it's going to do for me is just pick that up. Right, that's fine. I'll just watch it on this.
Yeah, I know, but I want to have the physical media of it. I've got the other two, and I've got all the other movies. So if that's like the end of the collection, then I want to have it as part of the collection.
Yeah.
You know, and it would have to be bootleg if not.
We've spoke the last couple of weeks about the troubles at Warner Brothers. Now, obviously, the actress of Batgirl is asked, or Batwoman, sorry, is asked for the film to be released. It's done. It's finished. Release it. Yeah. She's asked for it to be done because she's obviously put a lot of. Sorry, just recycled the joke. So let's just release the film. If it does bad, it does bad. But they've already wasted money on that. The latest Warner Brothers movie to take the hit, though, is a remake of Stephen King's Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Now, that was originally due to be released in April 2023. Now, that's been pulled from all release charts entirely now, with no scheduled release date. So that's another movie that's probably been finished in late production now that they've just decided they're not going to release anytime soon.
I was just I had something pop through earlier on. Actually, I'm not into this yet, but you know that Umbrella Academy. They say that that's been greenlit for another series, hasn't it?
Yeah, but Cherry's just said that it's also the final series.
Oh, bloody hell, that's good timing, Cherry. I was just literally thinking about it. Thought I'll wait until he finishes talking. But yeah, he says it's the final series. Yeah, is it series 4?
Series. Yeah, but again, I've said I don't know how many times they can save the world, and it has been everything that's happened in this last 3 series of Umbrella Academy, and nearly said Umbrella Diaries then because that's what Lana calls it. The Umbrella Academy is spread over the last 7 days.
Mm.
So yeah, it's got to come to an end. But like say, for those that have seen this last episode, I don't know where the catch is going to be. I don't know what the going to be. I'm not gonna ruin.
Yeah, it's
Umbrella Academy for anyone. Go and watch it. It's a brilliant series. Peter, we are no longer friends. We are no longer Destiny friends.
You are no longer my fellow DJ.
No, you're no longer my fellow Guardian. Yeah, so they've pulled it completely out of the release calendar now. So Salem's Lot, if you were looking forward to that, unfortunately, you're not going to get that in April. Another film that has took a delay, though, but has got a release date is Shazam 2.
Oh,
That's been pushed back from December this year to March next year. And the reason for that is, and this is the 3rd time this film's been pushed back, don't forget. The reason for that is because they didn't want to go head-to-head with Avatar 2.
To be fair, it does make sense, though, doesn't it? I mean, nobody in his right mind is going to want to put their movie out at the same time as Avatar 2.
No. So Warner Brothers are particularly struggling now, I think.
Yeah.
You know, with this. And it is to that particular point where are we about to say goodbye to a movie studio?
There'll be a buyout at some point. So probably Disney will buy him as well. I can't see with the back catalogue nobody being interested in it. But I was looking through this the other day because there's a couple of them. Like, what got me? I was watching the Untold. It's like a series on Netflix of different documentaries, and one of them was about the company and one.
Yeah.
The basketball franchise, if you like, that went up against Nike in the 2000s or 90s, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking because there was a lot of basketball movies back then. And one of the movies that I've never been able to get hold of on Blu-ray is Above the Rim with Tupac in it.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to find out. I've ended up looking through a list of a few movies that I couldn't get hold of. They just haven't brought them out. But it's tends to be from studios that have gone under. You know, it's like trying to figure out, like, are these things ever going to get released? Because it's like 25th anniversary or something. That come up the other day.
So Peter has asked you a question here, matey. He says, without giving the plot away, have you seen Silent Screen?
No, I haven't.
He recommended it to me the other day. Now, I have found a copy of it, and I am planning on watching it. I haven't watched any trailers or read up anything about it. So if Pete's recommended it to me, I know it's going to be a good sci-fi movie, and I want to go blind. But I am off work now today through to Wednesday, so I am going to watch it. So yeah, and we'll probably catch up over Xbox Live, Pete, and we can have a good chat about it.
You're off till Wednesday?
I'm off till Wednesday, yeah.
Very nice.
I
Cherry's
am allowed
Pie.
holidays, you know. I do work hard enough to accrue holidays.
I thought your holidays were included in every week. I've only watched The Girlfriend That Doesn't Exist. Yeah, I've because basically at the end of these Untolds, right, there's like an advert for about 30 seconds of all the different ones they do. But yeah, I watched that the other day. It's really bizarre. It's like 2 episodes about this Milikai footballer, American football player.
Yeah, so that's the one where he gets catfished into believing his girlfriend and then she dies or something.
Yeah, and he dedicates his season. It's really interesting. But the guy the person who catfished him, no sympathy whatsoever, none whatsoever. But that's what started me on it. So I watched that other one last night, the one about the basketball. I think I'm going to watch one. There's one about a referee as well, a basketball ref that threw a game or put a bet on a game or something. So I might watch that one tonight. But yeah, they're pretty good. What's that? I have to look out for Android. So I have to look out for the Android. Where did you say it was on Netflix? It's called Untold. It's a series of them, but they've released them separately. But it's called Untold, and it's I think it's something that says like the rise and fall of And One. I mean you can still get the stuff today, but they're owned by a different company. But I remember when they came out, it was massive. But it was at the era where you had Nike had Jordan, and then Jordan retired. So Nike were then scrambling, although they were in the far bigger company, and Nike were sort of scrambling to sort of do the next thing, to find the next thing. And One became really popular, but they did like street tours.
The Fall Guy, is that the one that the bloke drives around in the blue like pickup truck?
That's him out of The Fly, Jeff Goldblum, if I remember rightly, a Fall Guy from the 80s.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, it was a 90s film, to be fair.
I think you might be getting mixed up, Steve. The 80s series, I'm sure he was a stuntman. There wasn't Jeff Goldblum, I don't think.
No, the Fall Guy, that's a TV series. But I remember. What was the Jeff Goldblum movie then?
The Fly. The Tall Guy.
The Tall Guy, yeah. It's not The Fall Guy, is it? The Tall Guy.
Because that was the one with Emma Thompson, wasn't it?
Is it The Tall Guy?
Was it a very young Emma Thompson?
Might have been. I mean, it was years ago. I mean, talking years. I need to find it now. Because I remember the front of the VHS DVD. He plays Fall Guy is Lee Majors. Is it really?
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I know I'm not wrong with what I think it is.
Santa, Uncle Albert, Wayne Kerr.
$6 Million Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy. Was it Guy? Was Emma Thompson and the milk?
And the milk, yeah.
Kathy says it was tall guy. Yeah,
the Tall Guy. I thought it was Emma Thompson. It's been years since I've seen that film.
I mean, well, this is the thing. Is that I was looking at today, and there was a few movies in a charity shop that I didn't recognise that were clearly sort of late 80s, early 90s. And it's just there's a few that I saw that I remembered, but it's like you don't see them if they don't release them on Blu-ray. Some of these DVDs just disappear into oblivion. Karina with Whoopi Goldberg in, I think it was called. That was the one that
they don't have a big following. They're not like a cult classic, or they didn't have like a big.
They just sort of obscurity. They disappear into obscurity, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it was back when the street ball were watching. Right now, speaking of picking up Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff, mate, let's jump into pickups of the week, shall we?
All right, mate.
Now, my pickups of the week, mate, and I know I've already done a video for pickups this weekend. I just really want to talk about my CEX experience, really.
Oh, right, okay. Is this where you got pennies for nothing?
No, to be honest with you, what I did was that the PlayStation minis that you get all the right. He's joined us, ladies and gents. Who had 805 in the suite? So do you know the PlayStation minis where you get all the games on them, like you're preloaded? I got one of them for 50 quid on eBay 18 months ago and 2 years ago, and I've never played it. So what I did was that I took in music and lyrics, I took in Deadwood, and I took in the PlayStation Classic. I kept hold of me NES Classic, and took in the PlayStation one. So I got 48 quid trading overall. I got 43 quid for the PlayStation, so that's pretty much bang on what I paid for it. And then I got a five of Deadwood and 80p for music and lyrics. So I got the voucher because there was nothing there that I actually wanted to buy. So, or nothing that was jumping out at me to say I've got to get this. However, I did pick up two that day. Tell a lie. So what I did is that I come home and I went on the CEX online. And I had to look through and I picked a load of collector stores and I spent my voucher. But what I didn't realize was that CEX wouldn't send those Blu-rays to the store.
You need to borrow an O&O off Chris.
yeah. So I didn't realize that until I nearly hit checkout that I had to travel to all these different stores to pick these Blu-ray up. For some reason,
that would have been a great video, though, Steve.
Yeah, in my head, I thought, you know what, CEX are going to be helpful and ship them all to the same store for me, and I can pick them up there. Other than that, it was £1.95 postage per Blu-ray, and I wasn't going to pay that because it was more in postage than what I was spending on the flipping Blu-rays. So I scrapped it and went straight to the store and sorted by store and what was in stock, and then I shopped online. After I worked that out, it was quite an easy transaction. So I would recommend setting your local store and then clicking what's in stock, and you can have a look there. And these are what I picked up. So while I was in the shop, I picked up that one. I think what was the two that I picked up when I was in store? I can't remember what the two was that I picked up in store. Anyway, one of the ones I picked up when I was in store was Jaws.
Yeah.
So that was £4. So that came straight off my voucher. But I was a bit surprised because Jaws 4, The Revenge was £10 by itself, but the box set with the other 3 in was only 12 quid.
Rarer release, isn't it?
If I wanted 2, 3, and 4, they're in the box set by themselves for 12 quid, or Jaws 4 is 10 quid by itself. One of the other ones I picked up was Child 44. Now, someone recommended this on chat the other week. I think it might have been Michelle from Retro Girls because she's into war films, and I think she recommended this. Sorry, Kathy, I'll put it this way for you so you can see it. So they recommended that, I think. So yeah, I'll have to give that one a watch. The next 3 just complete my Star Trek collection. So I got Star Trek, the 3-disc set, the 2009. I got Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah.
And I got Star Trek Beyond, which is the 3D one.
Yeah.
So I'll give this one another go. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I'll have to give it another go. A film that I really love, and I'm glad now I've got it in my collection, is Law Abiding Citizen. If you've not seen this one, Gerard Butler is absolutely brilliant.
So when are you going to do a video about how to get off them stickers? Because you keeping them stickers on is really killing me right now.
I haven't got OCD, so I'm not asked. What I will like, though, is a reprint of this cover, if you can find one, because it's the CEX reprinted cover because it was damaged. They put a reprinted cover on it. It didn't knock any price off the disc, but if anyone out there wants to send me a Man of Steel cover, that'd be awesome. Deadpool 2, just to go with Deadpool 1, really.
Yeah.
and Passengers. Now,
Great
I know I
film.
was going to say, Steve, you talk about this all the time. You've watched it 50 million times, but now I can watch it 50 million times more without trying to find it on bloody Netflix.
It's a great film, that.
My next two were Blu-ray box set. So I got the complete Rambo collection
Great stuff.
in the gum case box.
Yeah.
So you open this up and it folds out into a T, and all 4 films are in there. But like I say, for £8, definitely worth picking that up.
Yeah.
The Die Hard full collection. Now, Die Hard 1 was £3 by itself, and then the rest were £2.50. So for £10, I got the lot, and it worked out a little bit cheaper. So yeah, always a bonus. And then, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. Blow my mind. Yes, there it is.
How cool is that?
It's awesome, mate.
Now, I was lucky because they were trading this in as I was in store. So, do you know when they traded in, someone else was pricing them up and ready to put them out?
Yeah.
I just took it straight off them and said, you know what, I'll have that.
Don't bother opening it. Leave it alone. Just take it. I'll have it.
I'll have it. Yeah. Whatever you're pricing it up as, it's mine. So it's only the DVD. So I might swap the DVD out for a Blu-ray or something. But it's still sealed. It's not opened. And then taking the Blu-ray out, you get a couple of comic books in there.
Yeah, I remember. I watched your video. It was awesome.
Yeah, you've got the 3rd disc, and then you've got all the postcards and everything that go with them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, there's a couple of more comics in there as well. But as Steve said, I've done a video on them. So go back, watch it, and yeah, you'll see it all in its glory. But for £6, I thought, you know what, that's absolutely brilliant.
You've had a really good pickup there, mate. I was proper jealous.
Yeah,
I had that. I think I had the VHS version of that one.
Yeah.
Many moons ago when I worked at Toys R Us years ago. So, but yeah, it's really cool. I know I'm blown out, and there's a reason for that. I've turned another light on for a sec. So do you want to put on the thing for me, mate?
Yeah.
Please. So this week's pickups, I've got this first one, which I'm hoping isn't going to be. Let me just adjust this slightly. So yeah, I've got the new T-shirt, which is the Halloween Horror Nights 2018 Stranger Things, which I thought was pretty cool. So that came through. I showed you earlier, Steve, but I picked this up today, which is the again, my lights are terrible. Sorry, guys. Stranger Things. I think it's obviously season 3 as a canvas, but that's gone up on the wall.
Do you know what? I was megally impressed with the Halo Infinite one that you showed me.
It's not that big, actually.
It just happens that I'm wearing my Halo Infinite T-shirt when you sent me that. But
I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, at least it can get the Halo talk out of the way via message.
Yeah, you know what? And then I just got nowhere for it.
Yeah. So I popped to the car boot on Sunday. I didn't get a lot really, but I picked up a little playing card set of Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Very small little set. That was about 30p, I think. And then I paid up a little bit for this because I had Steve in mind with it. So this is the... again, I'm going to have to turn these lights off slightly. There we go.
I absolutely love that. And I love the fact it's got the little Galileo in the bottom.
Yeah, so the guy had said to me, it's a USS Enterprise Dinky 1975. He was like, oh no, it's even got this in it. But I had a look, because obviously there's a little vehicle that goes underneath it. It fires out, I want to say, is it torpedoes, would you say?
Yeah, the
discs. You put them in the top and it fires them out the discs. Now, the discs are all over eBay. They're about £7 on eBay.
Yeah.
So, but I picked that up with you in mind, mate. So next time I see you, I'll get you that.
Send me your price, mate, and we'll sort something out.
Oh, don't be daft. It's fine. You can just buy the torpedoes because I'm buying them and giving it you. So the other ones I picked up, this one, I've never actually seen this movie, and I thought I'll pick it up for £1 because it's £4 trading otherwise, which is DVD for Cabaret. So I've never got around to watching that movie, so I picked it up. One I got pretty cheap was Rough Night.
Just before we carry on, Steve, Kathy's saying here that she saw the steel book for The Godfather. Now, is it the steel book itself that was scratched or the DVDs that were scratched? Because I was thinking about this. Obviously, you can just go into CEX and get another copy of the Blu-rays, couldn't you, and just put them in the steel.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's exactly the same things, but
Yeah.
I said Kathy knows that if it's one that is megally scratched or dented, it would do my head in. You can knock out dents, but there's a limit, really. I think, but the scratches are a nightmare.
I've got one here to send to you.
Thank you, Kathy. The box was scratched.
Mm.
So, like I say, the next one I picked up was pretty cheap. Was Rough Night with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Not a great movie, but it's Scarlett Johansson, so that was coming on with me. This one I've been after for a while. I have got the DVD of it, but I very rarely saw it on Blu-ray, so I picked that one up at CEX for a couple of quid.
I watched that the other day. I tried to watch it when it first came out and got bored and turned it off.
I enjoyed it.
I actually sat down and watched the whole thing, and I really enjoyed it. It gets better as it goes on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I do like the actors in it, and it's a Guy Ritchie movie in it, so you can't really go wrong too much. Another one I need to watch is The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
I know a lot of these are on are on streaming services, but obviously I like the physical media. Next one was Ad Astra.
I haven't seen.
I've seen this once, and it was okay. I enjoyed it, so I picked it up. It was about the same time as what was the other one that came out? Was it The Martian?
The Martian and Interstellar. Yeah.
Interstellar. That's the one. Yeah. One just for the collection. I'm sure it's absolutely terrible, but Charlie's Angels. I haven't seen that version of it. This one was one that sort of. I think I got it on DVD at one point, but I never actually got around into watching it, which is Lady Bird. Mm-hmm. So this is quite an acclaimed movie. Winner of 2 Golden Globes, Best Picture and Best Actress. So I'm going to try and get around to that one. Another one I found in a charity shop today, actually, was the remastered The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay.
Now this was the purchase of the week, apart from an amazing T-shirt, which is 4K Gladiator, the 20th limited edition anniversary. I checked this over and over. There is no marks on the casing at all, but you can look at the artwork on that. It's awesome at the back. You know, so you've got obviously the DVD. You've got 2 disc. Sorry, not DVDs. 2 disc Blu-ray and the 4K. So I'm really looking forward to that one. But again, it's one of my favorite movies. But cinematically wise, it's brilliant, and I can't wait to see that on 4K when we eventually get the bloody telly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I got and just for the sake of showing a few different medias, I got this today as well, which is Made in the 90s, Ministry of Sound. So I had that cracked on before we joined the stream. But I think pretty much that's it for this week, to be fair. I was a bit disappointed with the car boot, but I was probably about half an hour late going to it anyway.
Yeah. So I just want to show you this because we have our cat. Now, she doesn't go anywhere near me during the day, but every time we have movie chat, she comes in and settles down and she listens, but she's just collapsed on the bed. So we must be really boring her now. Usually she sits up
she's already seen your pickup video. That's what it is. She was like, "Oh, I can listen."
She was like, "Oh, you're not showing them bastards again," because I was here when you filmed it.
Skip that bit.
Yeah, we skip over that bit. But yeah, she
comes in
and she plonks herself on the bed and she listens to the show.
Oh, bless.
Right, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to go off script. This is your chance now, ladies and gents, to come in and be part of the show and tell us what you've been watching.
What you really want to tell us.
Fuck off, dickhead. Come on and rescue me.
Let me just turn this light off now because I'm cooking under 2 lights here. There we go.
Oh, I don't know.
That's brilliant.
Right, so on Netflix this week, I have watched the Tekken Bloodlines, which is a animated series based on Tekken 3.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It's not like your typical anime, like manga anime, where it's all blood and guts and everyone's like bleeding everywhere. It's actually quite a good little series.
Yeah.
I give up watching Jurassic Park, Camp Cretaceous. I didn't bother finishing that series. It's getting boring now. There's only so many times that they can move from one island to another and get stuck. Good evening, Lainey.
Hey, Lainey.
Hello, Har.
Hello, Har.
So, are you a good canny or a bad canny?
I'm a good canny.
Good.
I'm canny good.
Canny good.
And I'm knee bother. And then
knee bother. You see, this is it. When you read a comment, you know you've got to do it in the same accent. Really, it just doesn't work otherwise.
How I speak. But then I never think that my accent's that strong until other people go, "Yeah, it is." And I'm like,
it was when we were on the banishment and people were struggling with your accent and they were struggling with mine, and I'm like, I've got no accent. I don't know what you're struggling with mine for at all.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, all right.
I don't have an accent.
You do.
So how you been anyway, Lainey? Okay.
Yeah, not bad. I've just been at the town today. Went around a few of the charity shops.
Oh, did you get much?
Just some odd quiz questions.
You just go out purposely looking for quiz questions.
I've got loads of them. I was sorting out the room over there, and honestly, there was like absolutely tons and tons of stuff that I've used and like discarded, like books, and like loads of games.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough.
They only hold up some keys and ask whose they are. Whose keys are these keys?
Whose keys are these keys?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when I was going for X-rays the other day on my knees, so my son's going, "Whose knees are these knees?" And like,
is that what you do then, Lainey? Because you're sort of known as like the quiz master across the YouTube community, aren't you? Anytime that anyone wants a quiz, they always call for you, and you come on. Is that you go down the charity shops, you pick up all the boxes of quiz questions.
People send me them as well. Like, I've had loads of people send me like quiz books, and actually sent me them. And Jordan, who's Clapham, he sent me them, and Jones sent me them. So quite a few people have sent me them, as well as me picking them up. But it's just easier than, because I literally used to do them and I would write every single one out. I would search it, and it would take ages, and I would look for like really funny and odd questions, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Like, what was odd about this guy who won the Grand National in, like, I think it was like a derby in oh god, I can't remember the year, but it was 19 something or other. And the basis of it was he died because he'd had a heart attack on the way around, stayed on the horse, and when he won it, he was dead. Yeah, which is strange.
Yeah, Neil's just put he was dead.
Yeah, he had that question before.
Uncle Albert's put Lainey, the Ackerman loving quizmaster.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of Jason Momoa, did you watch the new Game of Thrones House of Dragons this week?
I haven't. My son keeps saying to us, "You got to watch it," because we were talking about it, and I says, I don't know if I want to wait till all the series is there and then watch it, and like, because I hate have to wait. I hate having to wait. So once I've started something, I'm like, I've got to wait.
But Lainey, we used to do that for years. It's
no.
this whole binge watching is a new concept.
I know, but it's like once you've started it, you can't help it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, he then went on to watch it after we agreed that we were both gonna watch it together, as in a binge thing. He went
Ask Lainey about iTunes.
the game that was. It was meant to be like you were supposed to guess what it was from the picture, but it was so hard. And like it was like people were just going 3 men and a bald head and on, you know what I mean? And they were just doing like random things because none of it was working anymore.
See, Steve managed to find a quiz on my level, so we're all right.
Yeah, I really liked that quiz. I was thinking to myself, oh, what would be cool is if you do that for the charity weekend and get a few of us on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's like,
We'll just have to speak to his PA to see if she's available to create the.
My PA took quite an interest in making them because, like I say, we love the House of Games, but with Richard Osman, obviously, 3 or 4 different games each day, like, and that's always the final round, and we really do enjoy it. So we thought, you know what, we're going to do it. She said, you know what, I'm going to do like a movie based answer smash for you. So we'll try it out because, I do miss torturing you, Steve, over the highest grossing movies and actors of each year. So this is the new torture.
The new torture.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it Whaley? Is it Whaley?
It is Whaley.
Whaley.
Yeah. So
earlier on I had like they see me rolling in my head the wheelie bits was coming on.
So that's going to be the new torture. So like you said, I'd love to do like in a style of like a points-based quiz, and we'll have like a unique chart going through and whatever else. I'm making a thing, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah. And then if you did like a special, if you are up for that, like on that weekend, and then maybe I can get like, I don't know, Nick or a few others to get involved, and we'll do the actual quiz live. It's like, a bit of a competition and that.
Yeah, I'm always up for that, as long as I don't have to be part of the competition and we can quiz.
Well, you can host, you see, and I'll actually play a part in it for once.
There we go. Yeah, I can torture you.
All of the times that I've done it,
yeah. So we can do that. That's not a problem.
And I was thinking about what I was going to do because I normally do a couple of things. Obviously, I've done run reseller run a couple of times, but it is quite a lot to put that together. So I've got to come up with the rhymes to work the thing, and then you know what I mean, and obviously think of everything and lay it all out because it's quite a big thing. Whereas when you just go have a quiz, I just go, all right, pick some questions out. One of me many quiz boxes now.
One of you, mate. It's literally lines of quiz boxes.
Honestly, if you say it's about 3 boxes full.
So the question I'm going to ask now then, Lainey, how much would it cost for charity for you to wear a Newcastle scarf?
Oh God, millions? You don't have that much.
The same as you with the Liverpool top there.
Yeah.
They're banned from themselves. We're not allowed them in.
Well, I tell you what, that's the deal. Like, maybe
so if I wear a Liverpool shirt, Steve wears a United shirt.
And I'll do
you're a secret United fan, aren't you, Steve?
I would rather go off YouTube than wear a United top.
For charity.
For charity. Charity starts at home, I'm afraid, when it comes to United and City.
Just think of the animals you'd be helping.
Think of the animals.
And
I'll think about it.
And the homeless.
I'll tell you what, I'll send the United. No, I can send the United shirt to them if you want.
It's for street. Well, you can afterwards. It's Street Paws, which helps. Well, there's 2 charities, but the one that is the main thing is street paws, and that obviously helps.
I thought you said street porn, so then for a second,
I was like, why is he laughing? And I'm looking at this chat going, nothing
It's
in
all
there,
right,
obviously.
the other day when I said it, someone thought I said street whores. I was like, no, it's like a whole different thing for prostitution, isn't it? Like, no,
Oh,
street whores.
She
yeah,
could have her own charity advert, couldn't she?
we're not going to
Lady-
we're not going to
ladies
revisit
misunderstood.
we're not revisiting ordering a prostitute online. That's a different stream on a different channel altogether.
Definitely. Oh, honestly, man. But yeah, it'll be a good laugh, whatever we do. Hopefully,
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Chris and Bella up for like battering each other for something else, for another game, I suppose. It was really good fun.
It'll make a change them actually battering each other for charity, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
I can just imagine Belle beating Chris around the head when every time she comes home there's a new bale
What
of
do you part now?
or 50 boxes of plush teddies, or you know.
God,
Definitely.
yeah. Can you imagine? He brings up another load of lingerie.
And then he's got to model that.
Yeah.
Well, he's obviously copying you, isn't he? With the modelling skills.
Me?
Yeah. I remember seeing your shell suit.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And the Guardians of the Galaxy jacket. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember what you're talking about now. So what have you watched this week, Lainey? Anything good?
I watched Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
Liked
For the
it
first time or the second time?
for the first time. Did I say this last week?
No.
Well, I did. I watched the original first,
Yeah.
but it looked really old. Even though it was still good, it looked really old because of the special effects now that obviously have, or is it 30 years later? Is it more than 30 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing about Maverick, and I don't know if this is a spoiler. So,
Hang on.
Just in case.
Yeah, where's the banner? There you go. That's the one.
Is Miles Teller, who plays what was Goose? Was it Goose in the original?
Goose's son, Rooster.
Yeah, they looked about the same age. Him and Tom Cruise, essentially. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a bit odd.
I wonder how old is he now, Tom Cruise?
He must be pushing 60, surely.
Let's have a look.
I don't know. So did you get all the references? Did you work out who Penny was and stuff like that?
No.
Dead on 60, Lainey. Dead on 60.
So do you know when the first film when they say we're going to bust you because of the Admiral's daughter?
Yeah.
That's Penny.
Well, she was the Admiral's daughter.
Yeah, she's the one. She's the one that he took up in the fight.
And he was mucking about, obviously.
Yeah. So that's why she keeps referring to how many admirals have you pissed off and which admirals have you pissed off this time, because obviously one of them was dad.
Yeah.
So it's a good job we've got that banner on now, because if anyone hasn't seen Maverick, I am sorry, but that's why that's why she's in the film practically. But yeah. Hey, tell you what, he's a persistent little bugger, isn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just waiting for the next one.
Yeah. I was going to go, but Uncle Albert told us that Jason Momoa weren't there, so I didn't bother.
No.
Hey, it's all right, Rich. Hope you're doing okay, mate.
See, he's only come back now because you mentioned street whores.
Probably what it is. He's like, oh, this is. I should get some business there. I'll
get some business out of this one, but yeah, I watched Maverick again last week myself. We went to the cinema to watch it, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was better than the first one. The first one's a soppy love story with a bit of fighter jets. This is more fighter jets with a little bit of a love interest. I think the story was better suited for what they were trying to do with it.
I was trying to not judge the first one with the second one and how it looked, because that was a struggle for me, because obviously it's not, it's so much cooler now, isn't it? It's like when you used to watch, my dad used to watch them Sinbad films, and the monsters on the beach with the and it was clearly, you could see it was plasticine and all that, whatever, moving. And obviously now you can see what they do these days with monsters, and it's just amazing. But so not comparing that, I like the fact that they kept the music the same, the
the intro.
Who does that song? Danger Zone. Yeah, and that was cool. Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. I know that Sharon, she didn't like it, so I wasn't sure where
I have not spoke to many people that have not said it. That it was really good.
Yeah.
Well, like you say, but the best judge for films is Lana. If Lana hates it, then that's it. The whole world must hate it. But she really enjoyed Maverick, and I never.
Yeah.
I sort of pointed out parts, right? Well, that's such and such from the first film, and that's such and such from the first film. So she knows that they're carried over from the first film. But then the rest of it, I just didn't explain any of the first film to her until the end of the second film.
I think it was kind of like there was similarities between them both, in the sense of, obviously, Rooster had Hangman. His character was sort of Iceman in the back in the day. Do you know what I mean? And there was that kind of, I like that sort of similarity. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose if someone had told us that beforehand, I probably wouldn't have liked it. I probably would have said, well, that's just copying the whole thing of the first one. But actually, I did, so it was surprising.
Yeah, well, that's it. Maverick in this one, sort of like Viper in the first one, isn't he? He's the what was Michael Ironside's character? Oh, Jester. It was like Viper and Jester, wasn't it? And then from there onwards, like say Rooster, Hangman, Phoenix, they're all the class, aren't they? So you got all that class interaction. The beach volleyball became beach American football, didn't it? And stuff like that. So there was some similarities to it as well, but they were very subtle ones.
They kind of brought it up to date as well, in the sense of it seemed to cover every sort of color, religion. You know what I mean? Male, female. There was all of that in it as well.
Grun Reseller doesn't like Top Gun after today's.
I
haven't seen John's video, to be fair. But yeah, that's something I watch before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Grun Reseller's videos.
I was just looking at, when we were talking about the soundtrack, I was just looking up to see. He said the original film, the soundtrack sold almost 10 million copies. Because I do see it quite a bit, but the soundtrack was that popular, wasn't it?
But when you get the extended soundtrack for Top Gun, the first film, songs on that aren't in the film, so it's like inspired by the film to make it a better soundtrack. And it's to me, I don't know why they do that, because the soundtrack's just brilliant anyway.
Yeah.
But I do love the fact that there is some of the songs are in this. But even the bar scene where he's singing goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire, that's just brilliant, and especially Maverick's reaction to that, because it is a traumatic event for him, isn't it? First of all, seeing Rooster, and then that's happened. But But yeah, go and see Maverick. It is a great film. I think it's out on release soon, isn't it, Maverick?
Yeah, very, very. I mean, it's the digital now, aren't they? So it's usually a couple of weeks. I'll have a look because I'm going to have to order it.
And I think Peter was telling me that Thor: Love and Thunder's come onto Disney Plus again soon.
No way,
Is it?
mate.
I've heard so much bad press about that it's made me nervous about watching it.
I've watched it twice, Lainey, and I don't enjoy it at all.
No.
No.
Maverick it's not due out for. According to this, it's not due out on Amazon till the 31st of October.
I thought it was out quicker.
It's released on digital at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 31st of October, according to these.
Thor: Love and Thunder, Laney's. I watched it when I was ill the other week, and I thought, you know what, it might just be the fact that I was sick and I couldn't pay attention. But I've watched it the second time and I thought, no, it's just not for me.
Not good.
Really?
I think they're trying to make Thor like the comical Avenger. You know,
Yeah.
Ragnarok took it a bit far with the laughing and joking. You know, it was humorous. This one just took the humor all the way through the film, and yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. It just didn't do anything for the storyline. If the humor, if it was like Deadpool and the humor advanced the storyline, you know, it would have been all right. But it wasn't. It was just like throwing jokes in for the sake of throwing jokes in.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. The other thing I watched is the first episode of She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, what do you reckon to it?
I wasn't impressed, to be fair.
I loved it.
Did
Really?
you?
Yeah, I loved it. I haven't
don't know
seen
if it
this one though.
I don't know if it was because the way she got infected, essentially.
Yeah.
It just seemed a bit. Oh yeah, well, you know what I mean. Like just and I suppose you could think that of Spider-Man, just like that tiny bite did it, but I don't know. It just seemed.
But do you know?
Like I just thought, wouldn't it have been? I mean, I was trying to remember how he got infected because that, like, obviously you've got to go back to like, well, for me, Bruce Bannerman days. You know what I mean? Because that's like the really early days of what I remember Hulk. But maybe I need to watch it again. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I think you're not in the right.
Well, you don't see Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner get affected because you know he's just a Hulk.
Yeah.
You don't see Ed Norton's Hulk get infected, but you see Eric Banner's Hulk get affected back in the Hulk.
Maybe that was the one I remember, like years and years ago.
Yeah, you see him get affected. It was the Hulk then, wasn't it? It wasn't the Incredible Hulk. It was the Hulk. Eric Banner gets affected in that one, but like I say, Ed Norton, you don't see him getting affected, and you don't see Mark Ruffalo getting affected.
Yeah.
But you do see, well, like I say, the original TV series, you see that now. It was a military experiment with gamma rays that went wrong, and that's what affected him. For my point though, with She-Hulk, I think the way she got infected was quite realistic. They were in a car accident and he was bleeding and she got caught with the blood.
Yeah. It was just
so for anyone that's not seen She-Hulk, I apologize now. But I really enjoyed it though. I really enjoyed the cockiness of her. And some of the one
maybe
lines.
Maybe I need to revisit it once maybe she's more used to herself as the Hulk, if that makes sense, which I guess she isn't. She's rightfully so. She isn't, you know what I mean, and doesn't want to be it and whatever. But like, yeah, maybe once she's got used to it and stuff like that, then I'll get used to it there. I guess.
It'll be interesting to see her development. Now, I went into this thinking I wasn't going to like this. I didn't like the look of the trailer. I didn't like the look of the CGI or anything, but it really did surprise me when I sat down and watched the first episode last week. Like I said, I haven't had the time to watch today's one, so I'm going to have to watch that tomorrow.
Yeah, I watched that. I tell you what, I watched Hawkeye as well. Is there going to be a second series of that? Because I really enjoyed that first series.
I don't think Jeremy Renner is in the second series. I think it's more to do with
her.
Yeah, it's more to do with the new one.
Oh, right.
I can't remember who played her though. What's her name?
It's going in my head. Haley Stein.
That's it, yeah. Because she was in Ender's Game and things like that, wasn't she? In Bumblebee and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's I enjoyed that. I binge watched the full series, and then obviously it just didn't.
The only thing I didn't enjoy about Hawkeye was the fact that they practically made Kingpin indestructible.
Mm.
You know, when you see him in Daredevil, he does get beaten up, he does bleed, he does hurt. Yeah. You know, but in this one, she blows him up and he just walks away from her, and you know, there's all sorts that they do to him, and he does become indestructible.
Yeah.
Because we know we. Now, I'm going to stop talking there because if anyone that's seen Hawkeye knows what happens in the final scene of Hawkeye, and but yeah, but the Disney shows, I don't know where they're linking into anything.
Yeah,
they're just very short episodes to bring characters back into your.
I guess it just gives you a deeper insight into those characters, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they just bring it back into your foremind, and it's just like, right, they're in my head now. But then, where do you link into what's going on elsewhere?
Yeah,
you know, but
yeah. Yeah.
Steve, so you finally got round to watching Stranger Things.
Yeah, can you tell?
All of a sudden, your house is.
I'm guessing you really liked it then.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. They don't have to link Steve.
No, you're right, Kathy. They don't have to link, but when they're referring to stuff in the MCU sort of verse, that's at the same time. They should sort of, because the whole Phase 4 was meant to cross over with all the series, but none of it has so far, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's took me about 2 weeks, maybe a bit longer to get through all of them, because they just seem to be getting longer and longer as the seasons went on.
Yeah. Cheers, Albert. Thank you. Yeah.
So
that's the beauty of them being on Netflix, wasn't it? That's what they said. If they wanted to do a 2 hour episode, they'll do a 2 hour episode.
They literally, as the series went on, they just chucked more and more money at it. You know, considering that Netflix is struggling, this is probably one of the flagship series, really. I'd love to see a box set in some way, but yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get that just yet. But yeah, it was really good. I said to you, in fact, me and Lou were having a conversation about it yesterday, because obviously I'd messaged you about the sort of the series in general, because you said to me that Series 3 was a bit of a filler. I really enjoyed Series 3. Series 4, I think the biggest issue with Series 4 for me is that it's in 4 different stories going on at the same time. And it's great that obviously, like most things nowadays, they managed to tie that stuff together towards the back end of the series. Because I think they did it like a Volume 1 and Volume 2, didn't they?
Yeah.
But it's for the first bit, it was sort of like there were certain parts of it where you're like, right, hurry up, get on with this bit because I want to see what happened to them on that bit. you know, and it was just, I say that the series 3 with Thingy's brother in it. Is it Eric or Billy?
Billy.
Billy. Billy in that. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I think series 4, if anything, I think series 4 is setting up for series 5. You know, it does have a payoff at the end, but it's just not as. It was almost like they threw so much at trying to explain the stories.
I think season 1 to 3 there was so much of inhuman enemies and bad guys
Yeah.
in the series that they had to try and humanize season 4 a little bit.
You got answers to stuff. Don't get me wrong. You know, you got answers to stuff that needed answering, but I don't know. I didn't like the fact that they were all in different bloody areas. You know, and they brought some new characters in which were pretty cool. The pizza guy I didn't think too much of, and then towards the back end of it, really thought he was quite funny.
Yeah, he came into his own, didn't he? He stopped being annoying. I think the final scene that was a bit of an anticlimax to me because we'd already seen.
Yeah, let's not ruin it if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. But for me, I just thought I spent 2.5 hours watching this last episode of this bloody program, and it didn't. I can understand what you're saying about, like, you get to about halfway through and you're like, have I missed it? As some, you know, have I missed the start and the end of an episode? But like, it's just the amount of stuff that was going on, and the sort of, for me, the sort of anticlimax. I'm looking forward to series 5 because I know that if they'd done what they should have done in that series 4, there probably wouldn't be a series 5. I think that's probably the best way to explain it. But it does spend a lot of time explaining stories, you know, and past situations. But overall, really, series 4 is a lot darker than the other series.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the fact that we'd watched the first 3 series, I don't think Lou would have sat and watched that 4th series.
Yeah, I think I felt the same. I was a bit. I watched the 4th series during the day.
What's that?
Weekend. I'm saying I had to watch the 4th series during the day.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing, is that, you know, it's not like that all the way through. I don't know whether we just get used to the sort of deaths or whatever, but you know, it does seem quite dark, especially the volume 1 side of it. You're like, hold on a second, all of a sudden this isn't the fun sort of program that's based around the 80s, you know.
I think you get that impression right from the off, mate, where they crush Christie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was a bit freaked me out.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. It's like I say, if you, hey Jelly, if you haven't seen, if you were picking up that program and it was from series 4, you probably wouldn't bother after that if you weren't into that sort of thing. But I think that the investment that we've made. I mean, I was looking at the cast, and like most of the cast now, you know, I mean, the older ones, they're like 30 years old.
Yeah.
And even the young ones, and I think Elle's 20 at least, if not 24.
I think I've still got my love-hate relationship with Stranger Things. I've got this thing with it where I still don't see what all the hype was about until those last 2 episodes. I still didn't see what all the hype was about the series up to season 1 to 3. But then the last 2 episodes of season 4 was like, I really get this now. You know, but it's took me 50 hours of watching the series.
It's been a long time, put it that way. I'm used to episodes being like, I don't know, half an hour to an hour.
It took until all of their balls dropped, wasn't it? Changed a lot.
But like,
even else, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but if you look at, I was gutted when they bloody shaved her head again. She'd have to grow that back. But the thing is, like, it's like the guy, the high school basketball guy.
Relating them.
C&M, thanks, mate. You know,
Yeah,
the high school basketball.
the high school
Yeah.
bully. Yeah.
You know, you're like, what is your angle? Why are you even in this? You know, and it was almost to give another character something to do, because it doesn't make any sense.
They had
You
to
know,
tie. They had to tie the bit where they're in because they broke the group up, didn't they? Really, one of the friends went to be a sports jock.
yeah,
And he
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
wasn't really part of the Dungeons and Dragons sort of arena anymore, and he had
Yeah.
to tie him into the series somewhere because he was just running off, wasn't he? And the bit with his sister and all that. That whole subplot was just to do with him.
but I just think that subplot.
That was
you know,
that was part of fitting in and being at school and that age. You know what I mean? Type of
Yeah.
thing.
but it didn't have even that as a. I don't think that had a payoff that I would expect it to have. I was expecting. I mean, I don't want to give too much away. Yeah, thanks, Albert. I'm sure it was. Hazy. Yeah, I'm sure it was, but I don't know. Like I say, there's always there's no perfect series really, you know, of anything, and I think I enjoy it for what it is now. I think I watched a few episodes a long time ago, and I never really got it.
But I mean,
then-
you could say that about lots of different points, like
yeah,
weird because the whole thing with Hopper
yeah.
wasn't necessary. Do you know what I mean? In a way.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I think, but the thing is that what they did with Hopper, I think, was a good side plot. You know, I thought that had something to it.
Mm.
Um,
I think that was just answering the question from season 3, wasn't it? It was like, what were the Russians doing there?
yeah, and obviously he's. I mean, I was chuffed that he was obviously still there, but I think there's a few series, and this is definitely one of them, or like a TV program that the characters you grow into the characters sort of grow into themselves. You know, and I think that's definitely one of those because the first couple of episodes on season 1, I weren't getting it. But then the more the characters went on, I could understand a lot more, and I enjoyed it a lot more. I mean, I think the coloured lad, his sister's hilarious, his little sister.
Yeah.
You know, but she comes into it in what, series 3?
Kathy's telling us that the permanently tired pigeon's gone to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've told her to stop playing Switch games until it's 2 o'clock at night.
You know, Murray in it.
Yeah.
So I love him. I think he's funny and everything. But in a way, I feel like someone's just stuck Borat in the middle of a. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of a.
Yeah.
She's mentioning in the chat there Better Call Saul. Now, I've never seen Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. I haven't seen
Breaking Bad's brilliant.
Are we at the risk of these series having too many characters that we are now making spin-offs to give these characters something? Because, like you say, there, Murray and Hopper and some of the others, they were just there in sort of like their own mini storylines, but they had to break the groups up to focus on so many characters all at once over such a small episodic series. Are we at risk of these series now overgrowing with characters that we are naturally getting spin-offs of each?
I think
that's what's happened in like Star Trek and stuff like that now. All these mini series is because we've got so many characters.
Game of Thrones is perfect in that sense because they're now going to shoot off so many spin-offs, aren't they?
But Game of Thrones now is 172 years ahead of Game of Thrones or before Game of Thrones with spin-offs. No storyline. But they've just got something to aim for now, haven't they?
Yeah.
But they've done that with the whole Marvel thing, though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what I'm saying. Are we at risk
It
now?
comes down to money, isn't it? At the end of the day, if
Yeah.
someone's popular, someone's well liked or whatever, we'll make
Yeah.
a speak
Yeah.
about
But I
it.
mean, this is the thing, is that all the studios are just seeing it, aren't they, and going, right, we'll do something. It's like the Mayans with the Sons of Anarchy and stuff like that. It's like, well, what else can we do? And I think Better Call Saul, although I've only seen the first sort of series of that. Night, Peter. You know, it's definitely raved about. So there's obviously an opportunity there for it.
There is two series there that you've mentioned, or one series there that you've mentioned, and there is another one that I'd like to see. One is the Mayans, because that's the follow-on to Sons of Anarchy, and the other one is Boston, because that's the follow-on to Suits.
Yeah.
So that's where it follows Jessica when Jessica leaves the firm and she goes off to Boston, and I'd like to see that. But yeah, to me, there's just loads that are just there just for the sake of fleshing out characters. He's just said there. Then he loves spin-offs if they've got fleshed out characters.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's anything in anyone in Stranger Things that would really probably look at them flushing out for that at the minute. I think they're all strong characters, really. Maybe.
Would you like to see Hopper's backstory?
No, not really.
Because he's meant to be some sort of big hotshot military man, wasn't he? And then went to split down cops. So something's happened to him for him to try and hide in the middle of nowhere, that he just fell into.
But is that not the death of his daughter?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's deeper than that? In that,
I don't know. Like I say, it could be the death of his daughter, but he could be hiding from something that he's done in the military, that he's feeling sorry for himself, or
Yeah. What would you say? What would you take of that then?
Well, it's got to be coming to that point, though, hasn't it?
I was literally thinking the same thing. If it goes any longer than this, it's going to be, isn't it?
It's got to go into the next decade.
Yeah, they might do some Harry Potter thing at the end where they're all grown up. Oh, bless them. Just reading about our co-host has obviously gone to bed, hasn't she, bless her?
Yeah, the permanently tired pigeon.
Permanently tired, yeah. Can't believe she messaged asking that.
Yeah.
I got Carla a card for her birthday, and it looked like a book front, and it was called Exhausted Pigeon. That was the book fiction thing title.
Yeah, Cherry messaged us the day after, and she said that somebody recommended me. I called my channel something. What was it? And I was, that was it. Yeah, overtired pigeon or something. And she corrected me. But yeah.
Right.
Santa, you must be getting tired, maybe, if you're now quoting Spice Girls, aren't you?
He's not the only one.
You see about Sunny World?
What's that?
And it's going into bankruptcy.
Really?
Yeah.
Administration?
So they said.
Bloody hell.
The problem is that with these firms, some of them have gone down the route where the tickets and everything are really, really cheap, to get you in, but then the food's extortionate. And then they've gone the other way where the food's really cheap, but the tickets are extortionate. There's no set format to it. It's like a five for a ticket, but then it doesn't matter what chain you go to. But then you don't mind paying a tenner for a hot dog and a drink, then, do you? Because it's not costing an arm and a leg.
No.
What was I watching? Oh, it was Lisa and Michelle's channel on Retro Girls when they were going to the cinema, and it was 18 quid a ticket.
Bloody hell.
I think it cost, when we went to see Elvis, it cost $15.90 odd for me and my sister.
Wow.
That beard. It was £15.90 something.
What, for both of you, or
Both
15
of us,
quid
yeah.
each? Yeah.
No, for both of us.
Well, that's not so bad. Then you're talking what, £7.50 a ticket, something like that.
Yeah, and I could get a card. Like I could apply for a card thing where I could take a carer with us for free. Do you know what I mean? If I'm in a wheelchair, but I've never bothered. You pay
Well,
£6 and then someone goes free.
we're quite handy because we're only 10 minutes walk away from Cheshire Oaks, and we've got the big view on Cheshire Oaks, and the tickets there are quite reasonably priced. But when you go into Bromborough, the tickets are extortionate compared to what's on Cheshire Oaks. So you're like, that's what I'm saying. We've got an Odeon in Bromborough and a viewing in Cheshire Oaks, but then we've also got a view and a light, one in Birkenhead and one in New Brighton. And there's the tickets are all over the place. You know, and then they wonder why these companies are going into administration or whatever, because they're not getting people through the door. You see, it's easy to there. Our local ticket is 13 quid, but it's a fancy seat. Yeah, ours is like that, but for £5 or £6 to get into the cinema, and you get full leather recliners.
Yeah.
You know, as standard. But you go to another cinema, you pay 14 quid, and you're getting seats that you're like on the bloody park and ride bus.
Park and ride.
Well, I'll bring my own seat, but it's crap where the put it because like I'm like only 3 rows back from the front, so you kind of like the screen is huge in your face. You know what I mean? Like
you need to get one of those inflatable travel pillows, don't you? So you
just chill out.
Just chill out, yeah.
Because like even my sister, because I went with my sister, she was having to slide down in the chair just so she could sort of tilt back enough to like to watch, but I couldn't do that. I said I probably took myself out of it.
I don't know. That's because I'm off tomorrow, Kathy. You see.
Oh, he's been a rebel now.
I can afford another 10 minutes with you great people.
That means Chris can do the duck race on Monday, and you can be up to about 9:30.
I'm not here. I'm camping. I'm in Aberystwyth camping.
Oh, of course you are, yeah.
I'm going away with the trampoline and lot, so we've got a couple of days on the beach camping away. So it should be an interesting weekend.
Yeah.
Good fun.
We'll have a lovely time, won't you?
How many programs?
I will do while you're working away. Sorry, Lainey.
Are you going to be watching while you're off?
Yeah, I've got a couple of films here to watch because, like you say, I'm up at 4:30, 4:45, regardless if I'm in work or I'm not. So my body clock just decides it's time for you to get up. So I'll have to take my headphones with me, and I'll be able to watch something out the way, and you know, do some YouTubing or whatever. So it should be an interesting video. Hopefully I can catch somebody breaking a leg or something on film and make a fortune. just not me.
I was going to say, get Lana to do the recording, mate.
Lana's not coming with us.
Oh, I've got a second. Is this a trip out without the wife?
It's me and the eldest, yeah.
Wow.
It's me and the eldest and about 40, 50 other people. So it should be a good weekend. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll have a great time.
I'll have a lovely time, mate. That's the main thing. Kathy said, "Don't build your house tent on the sand."
No, we're actually on a campsite, but the campsite's next to the beach, so it's only like a 2-minute walk from the beach. But we're taking all the inflatable air tracks and stuff like that with us and tumble runs. So it's been a while since we've been on the tumble run. So yeah, I've lost a bit of weight now, so I might be able to get back on the tumble run. So
can you do somersaults in that?
Oh God, can he? it defies gravity. Honestly, if you watch a video of him, it defies gravity. I don't understand it.
Okay.
He's seeing is believing, Laney. Honestly,
Mm.
he's very good at it. He really is.
You were at Hull when there was a major accident. Big Steve killing me, broken neck. No, I wasn't at Hull, unfortunately, but I was in. We were competing in Blackburn when I seen something similar. Yeah. The worst thing that happened to me, we were competing in Altrincham, and we turned up half an hour early, and half an hour before we were due to be on. But they started the competition an hour early, so technically we were half an hour late, and they were allowed to do that. So I went and got changed, got on trampoline, took 3 bounces, went through the springs, and got the spring coil stuck in the back of my knee.
Ooh,
so it actually nailed the back of my knee, so I had to take him out. But it ripped all the back of me calf and all my whites and everything. It just ripped them all to shreds. The funniest thing I've ever seen was when one of the lads got his ponytail stuck in the springs, and he went backwards, got his head stuck in the springs, and it flipped him back, and he broke his nose on the framework. That was brilliant. It was the best thing. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he was giggling his ass off.
That will teach you to have a ponytail. I'm sorry, but that's
That's why you're aerodynamic.
Yeah. His ponytail got stuck in the springs and whipped him back and broke his
Blue
nose.
Harvest, how you doing, mate?
But
Yeah, you're aerodynamic. That explains a lot now. You saw that ponytail situation. I was like, no, I can't be having that. I'm going to have to get it off.
No, there's been a few good accidents, a few funny ones and a few serious ones. But at time as a judge as well, the amount of people that you catch as a judge, it's just, but it's the joy of sport. They say sport's good for you, don't they? Exercise is good for you.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh well. Right, ladies and gents, and on that note, I think we'll call it a night. As you say, it's coming on to 9:10. Dropped on the red early on. Yeah, it happens, Kath. It happens. Unfortunately, they're not allowed to hand support now, are they? So.
Wow. How is stuff like this happening?
No, well, it's all about safety of the competitor, isn't it? If you've got to catch somebody you don't know, you can't judge where your hands are going to go, and they're all worried about if you're hand supporting someone and they slip and you catch them in the wrong positions and stuff like that. And
more like they're worried about being sued.
Yeah. But they're not allowed to do that now, so they prefer you to try and teach everything on the side of the trampoline with a mat. So if the kid does sort of do something, you can't intervene. It's strange, but that's the world we live in.
Good night, Jelly. Yeah, sorry, Blue Harvest, mate.
So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Hopefully, I'll see you in one piece next week. And enjoy your long bank holiday weekends. Don't forget to get out to those boot sales and find something cool to share with us next week. Because, like I say, we do give you the opportunity to come on, or even if you just want to show what you've picked up, it is great for us. From my point, it's a personal thank you for those that have subscribed. We have gone over the 300 subscriber mark now. We're on 303. So thank you for the guys last week who really helped push the channel. Chris,
we do appreciate it.
Really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And for those of you that have got channels, just keep pushing us. I want to get to that 500, so do your bit and get us to that 500. But ultimately, as we've always said, thank you for the support. We do it just because we love the movies and stuff like that. You guys just make that even better for ourselves.
Yeah.
So much easier. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah. So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.